Hello, everyone. I'm Brandon Faulkner, and welcome to Village Core, where we live our mission, which is to connect, share, learn, and build intergenerational connections for mutual learning, where entrepreneurs and youth tech minds join forces with senior wisdom and skills to bring you meetings like this. Today, we'll be discovering AI for cooking and how you can use it to use the ingredients inside of your home in order to make meals that are both healthy that are that are tasty, and as well easy to make. So basically, with the rise of AI, a lot of new things have come out, such as making different recipes with AI, discovering different things that you can look up and learn using AI. And now, thanks to AI, we have that cooking component, and also it also makes it easier for people like me and maybe you viewing to kind of have different recipes that we can make with the items that are within our pantry. Because more often than not, people look inside of their pantries and they look inside of their fridges and they don't know what to make because they don't necessarily know or have the ability to cook. And if they do have the ability to cook, they just don't necessarily know how to prepare the items. So this gets rid of everything that is either a recipe book, this gets rid of things that are paper, and this just makes it easier, and you can make anything that you set your mind to with AI for cooking. So here we have two different websites that allow cooking with AI. Here we have Chef GPT, which is a play on Chat GPT, and then we have DishGen, which both are apps that you can download for your phone or for an Android device as well, in order to have while you're cooking, and in order to make sure that you are properly making your meals and other things like that. So here, both of these, both DishGen and Chef GPT, both of them are free unless you want to do a little bit more complicated cooking. For Chef GPT, it is $2 a month. For their premium, or I believe it's $2 a month. It would be, give me a second. Yes, $3 a month with a 7-day free trial for the pro version. Because right now all members who join have the basic free version, but with the pro version, it is $3 a month. And then for DishGen, we can see here that is $8 a month in order to try the premium version of DishGen. So the way that these work is essentially you type in your prompt and what cuisine that you want. So essentially you start adding in the ingredients that you have. Let's say I have tomatoes. Let's say I have turmeric. Let's say I have onions. Let's say I have brock. Let's say I have rice. Basmati rice. And then also I can upload photos of the ingredients that I have, and the AI will lock onto those ingredients and understand what they are. And then once you want to continue on, you can specify what you want to cook. So if you want to cook breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, or dessert, you can specify whatever meal you want. Since here for me, it's about to be dinner time, we will specify that I want to cook dinner. We can also specify the appliances that I have within my household. So I have a stovetop, I have an oven, I have a microwave, I have a blender, I don't have anything else, or I have a pressure cooker, and then that's about it. So these other things I won't turn on because I don't have them, and I will get recipes that are catered to the things that are turned on here. So we have stovetop, oven, microwave, blender, pressure cooker. We can also see the period of time that I want to make this in. So let's say I want to make a meal that is relatively fast, since I want to eat quickly, or I want to make my food quickly and eat quickly in order to go out and play tennis like I do every single night. So I want to make this quickly. Now we can also specify how good of a chef I am. So seeing as I have had cooking classes in the past, I'm not a novice, I'm an intermediate chef. And then we can also see that there is the gourmet mode, which only uses the best combination of ingredients listed, discarding those that don't fit. So essentially, this makes sure that you get the best meal out of the ingredients that you have listed. or the all ingredients mode, where it'll utilize every single ingredient that you have listed in order to make a healthy meal right there for you. Also, if we want to add on more things, like let's say we have apricots, let's say we have all this random things that we want to add on in order to make it taste a lot better, we can specify everything and go down the list and make sure that we have our ingredients ready to go. Also, if you are somebody who is either pescatarian, vegan, vegetarian, if you're somebody who likes a ton of meat products as well, you can also specify that on here in order to make sure that your ingredients fit with what matches with your diet, and the Chef GPT will try to create food that is around that preference for you. So if we want to hit start now, essentially what would happen is it's going to run me through an ad. Of course it is. In order to get rid of these ads, of course, you just, all right, here we go. Generate recipe. I hit the wrong button. So generate recipe. So it'll generate my recipe out of the items that I've placed, out of my ingredients. It usually takes a minute to think. And then we have different types of items that I can cook that are specified within my time and my skill, and then also the ingredients, what will be needed, and the instructions, as well as the macros that are inside of the food. So all this information is listed once you're done generating it. And you can see this is what it looks like. Or this is an AI generated picture of what it'll look like. So here we have turmeric spice rice with butternut squash. That actually sounds pretty good. So here we can see that it gives me a breakdown of all the ingredients that I need, like 1 cup of basmati rice, 2 tomatoes diced, 1/4 tablespoon of turmeric, an onion chopped, 4 dried apricots chopped, and other things like that. And then also it has 5 clams if I want to add on the clams, and other things like that. So if we can see the ingredients here, like we can preheat the oven in a bowl, mix the diced tomatoes, turmeric set aside, all that good stuff. And then we can see how many calories it is, how many carbs it has, how many grams of protein, and how much fat is within our food. And if we don't necessarily like this recipe, we can start over once again. So it'll say create a new recipe. You'll be able to retrieve this. You will not be able to retrieve this recipe unless you have saved it in your cookbook. Do you want to continue? So yes, I want to create a completely different meal because that doesn't necessarily fit what I want to eat tonight. So we can also add more ingredients if we want, so it has more to choose from in order to cook from. We can specify all of these good things. And once we're done going down this entire list, we can once again close out, go down here, specify everything that we have. Let's say I want to make it for lunch instead of for dinner. And then we can generate my new recipe. Also, the cool things that are on the side, if you specify if you want to save a recipe into your cookbook, on the side here, there's a little tab for the cookbook items where everything will be saved for you, or your recipes will be saved, and you can come back to them at a later time. So here we have stuffed butternut squash with turmeric rice. It's generating an image for me, but right now we can see that everything is included, as you can see, and it's created a new recipe for me, which is basically the same thing, but instead it's inside of the butternut squash with the turmeric rice. So moving down here, we also have the Master Chef. So if you're somebody who's looking for a little bit more um, intermediate kind of cooking, you will also be able to use the Master Chef. There's also Macro Chef. So Macro Chef essentially gives you a breakdown of what's inside of your food. It keeps everything healthy and makes sure that you are eating the right things to stay within the macros that you decide. There's also Meal Plan Chef, which will give you a rundown of all the meal plans that you can create with the ingredients inside of your household. So this could be like creating different chicken dishes, creating different lamb dishes throughout the week, and other things like that. There's also Pair Perfect, which means these are ingredients that pair perfect with each other, or items in your pantry that pair perfectly with each other in order to create a really good dinner. There's also mixology maestro, which is for drinks. So if you're somebody who's looking to kind of expand your drinking and come up with new ideas to impress your guests and to impress friends and family, this is where you can come. You can customize different drinks and figure out what might be good and what might be bad um, in order to serve at parties. Also, there's your cookbook. As I mentioned before, your cookbook essentially saves all the recipes that you have, and you can come back to them at any time in order to access them. Your shopping list is something that is very cool. So essentially, what you can do is, let's say I go back to Pantry Chef here with the recipe that I've generated already. So let's say I want to create a new recipe. Let's say it's gotten rid of all my ingredients. So if we quickly just go through, add in a ton of different random ingredients. Let's go. If I do this quickly, let's say I want to make something with ham, something with mustard, whatever that is. Go through all this, go through all this good stuff, and then close out of it. Select that I'm an intermediate. Select that I want to cook this for 45 minutes. Specify what I have in my house. Not slow cooker, pressure cooker. And then generate. Whoa. And then I want to make it gourmet mode instead of all ingredients. So making it gourmet mode will essentially pick the right ingredients that fit with the items that I want. And then we have spiced pasta with ham and mushroom. So the cool thing about this is we have two tabs up here, which is buy on Instacart or buy on Amazon Fresh. So Home Chef is linked directly to these two things. So essentially with your account on either Instacart or Amazon Fresh, you can actually get the ingredients delivered straight to your door in order for you to start making these items. With Instacart, they can arrive within an hour, and same with Amazon Fresh, depending on the location that you live. So if you're somebody who's looking to make this meal tonight for dinner, once you hit this button, like if I were to open this in a new tab and I go to my Instacart store, we can see that we have the ingredients listed below for everything that we will need in this meal that we have picked out for us. So we have the powder, we have the anchovies, we have the capers, we have the mustard, we have all the ingredients that we need in order to make this meal tonight and ready to go. The same goes for Amazon Fresh. We can add it to my cookbook. We can add it to the shopping list. We can also share it with friends, family, anybody who wants the recipe. And as you can see here, it is all the ingredients that are listed here are the same ingredients that are listed down here. And you can get them easy and ready to go in order to cook. And then once again, you have your instructions, 7 instructions that you have here in order to make everything ready to go and everything tasting very tasty. And once again, you can see the calories, you can see the carbohydrate count, you can see the protein, and you can see the fat that is within the food. So this is just one of the AI cooking that we have. Here we have another one. This one goes based off of what you are in the mood for. You can't necessarily specify the ingredients that you have, but you can say what you want for tonight. So let's say I'm feeling a 3-bean chili extra spicy. So here I specified a 3-bean chili extra spicy, and now that it's loading, it is your own AI powered kitchen assistant. And then here we go. Here we have these steps, the ingredients that will be needed. And as we can see here, we have the kidney beans, the black beans, the pinto beans, the onion, the cloves, garlic, the red bell peppers, the jalapenos, dried tomatoes, 1 can of tomato sauce, and everything that this meal needs is specified right here in order for me to have my 3-bean Inferno chili ready to go. And here we have the steps. So in a large pot, heat over medium heat, add onion, garlic, bell pepper, jalapeno, cook until softened, and then make sure everything is ready to go. And it also tells you the amount of servings that it'll make. So if you're somebody who wants to make a large batch, this serves 6 servings, as you can see here. So that would be six separate people, or you can save it for later. If you sign up, and if you sign up to modify your recipes, essentially what this does is it gives you kind of free credits in order to make the recipe, and then it also allows you to save your different recipes and specify the ingredients that you have within your household. The one that I would recommend most over the other is Chef GPT. It is cheaper. It also links to Instacart and Amazon Fresh, which this one does not do. Um, but this one has the Master Chef, the Macro Chef, the Meal Planner, the Pair Perfect function, the mixology, and once again, it does link back to these two storefronts in order to make sure that you get your ingredients on time. Also, the idea of having a AI generated picture makes it a lot more enticing because you can actually see what the food will look like when you finally prepare it and serve it. So this is a neat function that we have here. And then also this one is just relatively easier to make. My free plan is almost over. So if you're trying to use this for free, you do have on both of them a limited number of uses that you can use before you'll be forced to buy the applications. So once again, that is Chef GPT and DishGen, which allow you to create different dishes for either breakfast, lunch, or dinner from the comfort of your own home and with the ingredients inside of your pantry. So this is just really a great way to kind of figure out new recipes, kind of try something out. Um, and then other than that, I have nothing really else to add. So, oops. So we want to thank you all for connecting, sharing, and learning. You'll be able to find a recording of this session on our website, villagecore.org, under the events page. And please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel for past and future events, so you can learn more about these cool things like cooking with AI. So thank you very much for watching.